Hi, I'm Lynn. Welcome back to Cooking with Lynn. I'm in my kitchen again today for the Cumberland Library, and today I'm making pesto shrimp over pasta. The pasta I'm using is spaghetti. You can use any pasta you like. And I'm going to make my own pesto because I have an abundance of basil out there. So I'm going to do the pesto first. You can buy pesto if you don't want to make it or you don't have basil. Suddenly my basil started looking a little scary, so it's a good thing I'm doing that now because I'm not sure how much longer it's going to last. It's been super, super hot, and the basil seems to be not liking the heat so much. So I'll start with the basil, and I'll take a pause and reset up for the rest of the dish. Okay, so I've got, calls for 2 cups of basil. This is, I'm eyeballing it. So, and it would be going into a food processor or a blender. So stick that in there. Everything's going in here. It's going to blend it up. It's going to be pesto in no time. The last thing you add is the cheese and the olive oil. So I'm going to throw my nuts in there. I've got about a 1/3 cup of walnuts. Now, most recipes call for pine nuts, but they're very expensive and they don't keep that long. And I always have walnuts in the house, so and it really doesn't taste all that much different. And you can actually substitute the basil for parsley. So there's that as well. So, and I'm going to throw some garlic in. Just a couple of cloves. And if you don't like garlic, you could leave it out. I'm sure it would taste good without the garlic. And you don't want to put a ton of garlic because you don't want it to taste just like garlic and nothing else. You don't really need to cut anything up because the food processor is going to do all the work for you. So basil, walnuts, garlic. I always smash them just to get that skin off, which is sometimes impossible. There we go. I don't want that in there. Sticky. Okay. So I'm going to process that. You can see what I'm doing. Get that into the light over here. It's a little dark in this corner. Pulse that. Start breaking it up. Okay, and now I'm going to add my lemon juice. Just about a teaspoon or so. Get my handy dandy juicer, which I love. And yeah, it'll help take the top off. And just, that's probably more than a teaspoon, but that's okay. I love lemon. Anyway, I'm going to put my cheese in here now. I don't want to put the cheese in too early because the blades can actually change the taste of the cheese, believe it or not. A little bit of a pulse. I'm going to add some salt and a little pepper and pulse that. And then, so it's a 1/3 cup of olive oil, but I'm going to drizzle it in as it's running, and then I'm just going to watch it and just stop it when it's the texture and the consistency that I want. So I'm going to turn it on. Okay, better to stop a little ahead and take a look and take a taste. Already pretty darn good. Also how you like, if you wanted a little more oil. It's going to mix with the pasta. The pasta will be wet and it'll get a little bit. That is delicious. Okay, that is perfect. So I have to clean this up and get set up to do the rest of the dish. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, I am back. I regrouped reorganized, ready to make the rest of the dish. So I've got my pesto, I've got some more garlic that I'm going to saute with the shrimp. I've got butter, olive oil, got a little more cheese, and I'm going to put some lemon. But really all you need is the pesto, the pasta, and the shrimp. And that makes a whole meal. And if you buy the pesto, then talk about a super simple, easy meal. And again, I don't know if I already said this, and this is obvious, you can use whatever pasta you have, whatever pasta you want. I'm using spaghetti. I've already got it in there boiling. I've got a big pot of salty water, which is what you want when you're making pasta. And keep it boiling here. And I've got my spaghetti in there. It's been in there for about, 3 or 4 minutes. I put a timer on, keeping an eye on that. So the shrimp only takes a few minutes, so I'm letting that get almost done so that the shrimp doesn't overcook. So, alright, let's get started. Turn the burner on. I'm going to use olive oil and butter. Butter for flavor. Not a whole lot, just that much. You don't have to. Don't even have to use olive oil. You can use canola oil, whatever you have. Let that melt down a little bit. Get some garlic in there and get the shrimp in. I've got large, can you see that? I've got large shrimp, and I peeled and, and took the tail off. They were already deveined. I don't like doing that. And I just salted it. I dried it out a little bit, and then I put a little salt on it. I didn't put any pepper because the pesto has quite a bit of pepper. So those are just ready to go in. And anytime you're going to saute something, you don't want that thing, protein, chicken, whatever it is, shrimp, to be wet, because it will steam before it will get that color, that caramelization. Just a little side note. So this is going good. So I'm going to get my garlic in there. Don't put it too high, because we don't want the garlic to burn, because that doesn't taste good. And then we'll get the shrimp in there. They only take a few minutes while the pasta's finishing. We just dump them all in. Toss them around. Probably enough for 4 people, but we like leftovers. Let me wash my hands. Alright, I'm going to move my pasta around, and then I'm going to stir this around so everybody gets a little butter and a little garlic. Try to keep them all touching the pan. And I'll flip them over onto the other side. And that's going to be super yummy. You can do this with chicken too. If you don't like shrimp, pesto is really good with chicken, and I would do it with chicken. I'm going to turn these in a couple minutes because they do not take very long. And my burners always have like hot spots, so I always have to end up rotating the pan. You can see these are like almost done, and these guys are not getting any love. So I kind of just keep it moving. Keep it moving. Make sure everybody gets some attention. Just let them go. Probably start flipping some of them over. They're nice and pink. This is a large bag of, or a bag of large shrimp, but some of them, not large, teeny tiny. But that's okay. And you can use any size, obviously, it doesn't matter. Flip them all over. It's going to be done in no time. And I'll check my pasta. Things are already almost done. I'm gonna try not to burn myself and check my pie. You can already tell just by looking at the way it's hanging over the spoon that it isn't done. Needs 3 more minutes. So we'll set the timer. 3-ish. And check it again. I know I'm supposed to make it al dente, which that is just a little too al dente for me. I'm going to turn that down. Those are done. They'll be cooked all the way through. By the time that's done, we'll get the pesto on there. I'm going to put some lemon juice. And it'll be time to eat. Now I'm going to put more cheese because I love cheese. I love Parmesan cheese. That away. And I'm going to reserve a little pasta water because if my pesto is too thick, I can thin it out with the pasta water. So when you're making something like this and you're making a sauce, I'm going to save a little bit of pasta water to add to your sauce so that it kind of thins it out a little bit, evens it out a little bit. 2 minutes. Doesn't take very long for spaghetti. Obviously ziti would take longer. Any other thicker noodle. But we're getting there. This is how much pesto it made. It's probably a little more than I'm going to need, but there will be a lot left to save, I don't think. But I'll save it in a little jar, and you can put it on toast or chicken, something else, crostini, and it will keep for, I don't know, maybe about a week. I don't want to keep it too long. The oil will start to come out, and then it gets kind of rancid after a while, so it doesn't keep forever. When you buy it at the store, obviously they probably added preservatives and keeps longer. Try not to burn myself. Ouch! Try again. One more minute. That's probably where some people would take it off because it's still got a little bite. I like it just a little more than that. And when I do the dirty deed of emptying this, I'm gonna pause because I don't want to burn myself on camera. I'm gonna bring it over there, dump it out, and then I'm gonna reuse the pan. My shrimp in there, pesto, time to eat. Almost there. All right, I'm gonna pause and we'll be right back. Okay, so the pasta is in the pan, shrimp's ready to go. I'm gonna put it all together. I'm gonna put my pesto in here first. I'm not going to put it all. Just give it a stir. The heat will melt it so you can get, so you can see what I'm doing. Just stirring it around a bit. I'm going to add some olive oil to loosen everything up. And a little of that pasta water. And a little more pesto. Alright. Now we're cooking. That's hot. Don't touch it. Just stirring it around. Just till the pesto loosens up and coats the spaghetti. You can see what I'm doing there. And add as much or as little as you like. Good. It's coated pretty well. Shrimp in there. Is that hot? That's hot. Everything's hot. Put that in there. With all that butter and yummy stuff. Give that a toss. Either that or you can put the pasta on a plate and then put the shrimp on top, but I want that shrimp to get some of that coating of the pesto. So everything's got pesto on it. Smells yummy. Alright. That is good to go. A little lemon juice. just catching the seeds in my hand there. And I'm gonna put the cheese on when it's on the plate. So just give that one more little stir. Still a little bit of pesto that's kind of clumping there. We add a little more pasta water. Make a sauce. Okay, I am ready to get this on a plate. We'll use a bowl. Let's get it clean. Some clean tongs. Get that pasta in the bowl. And get some shrimp. Plenty of shrimp. They all went to the bottom. I think I made pesto before. There's another video there somewhere with pesto. So I made it twice on here. And I'm going to throw some cheese over the top. And that looks so yummy, yummy, yummy. I'm going to bite. I can't wait. Alright, let's try not to make this embarrassing. That's so good. You have to try it. If you don't like shrimp, use chicken. You don't have to make your own pesto, but it's a quick, easy weeknight meal. Especially if you buy the pesto and get a good brand, because obviously it'll taste better if you get a good one. Alright, that is pesto shrimp over pasta, and I will see you again in August when I'm going to be making zucchini bread. Make sure you check out all of our other events that we have coming up, and come see us at the library if you're local, and I hope you keep watching. I will see you soon.